Hello friends, how are you? Hope you are doing well. So today we are starting about one case study, and that is from the company called Salik in Dubai. So greenhouse gas inventory study for Salik company we will discuss. It's a public joint venture company. Okay, and we are going to discuss about the 2023 financial year report for greenhouse gas inventory, and this can be useful for any ESG learner and sustainability learner, those who are working and expecting their careers into this domain of ESG and sustainability. It's a very interesting example and how to do the inventory of greenhouse gases. Yeah, we'll see one by one what are the topics covered in this report. You might find it interesting, and the sections also will be very useful for you as a student or ESG professional. You can learn a lot from this case study. Okay, let us proceed now. So in table of content we will be covering different sections. So in the start itself you see list of abbreviations, reporting overview, preface, leadership statement, then introduction, and of course a statement of the intent also, what is the intention of the organization. Then chapter 1 we will be talking about the general description of the organization, goals, inventory, objectives, basically organizational context, the goals of the organization towards GHG emission reduction programs. Okay, also inventory objectives also we will see here. So in the chapter 1 itself you see about the report about Salik, the company itself, what is the sustainability about at Salik, persons or entities responsible for the report. Okay, so roles and responsibility we'll be talking about, reporting period covered, and verification status. Okay, in the next chapter we will see about the organizational boundaries. Chapter number 2, chapter 3 about the reporting boundaries, like scope 1 and scope 2 is covered here. What is the rationale for emissions of scope 1 and then for scope 2 also. Then chapter 4 is about GHG emission inventory, where we will see the consolidated statement of GHG emissions, what are the data sources for this emission data, and quantification approach adopted, like what is the methodology used, GHG activity data, what were the emission factors, GWP factors, and management system for GHG and data quality assurance, how the data was collected. Okay, we will come to know about it. Then we will see about the selection of emission factor, very important, and generally the learners are confused about it. So we will see what is the methodology adopted for selection of the emission factors. We will see emission calculation, uncertainty analysis in GHG inventory, and also base year, very important, base year GHG inventory also we will see. Then chapter 5 we will talk about the GHG emission mitigation activities, and in this we cover certain sections like emission removals, reduction initiatives, which say about the carbon offsetting, renewable energy integration, and energy efficiency measures also, and what is the future roadmap or reduction plans. Then appendix we will see. So this is the structure of the report itself. So in this first beginning itself you see a list of abbreviations which were used in the report. You can see one by one what are the abbreviations were used. So PJSC, as I said, public joint stock company. Yeah, so it's a listed company in the stock market. You see, now we go and see the report overview, where the company name is Salik company, PJSC, and what is the company. So this company is operating in Dubai, and it's an advanced automated toll collection system in the roadways. Okay, toll collection system utilizing the cutting edge RFID and ANPR technologies to facilitate efficient traffic management, basically. So those who are living in Dubai and know about Dubai, they might be knowing that the toll gates are known with the Salik logo actually. So this is the company which is providing automated toll collection system in Dubai. Report title, the title of the reported GHG inventory study for this company, particularly for the financial year 2023. Report name and date, and this is the title for that. Reporting period 1st of January till 31st of December 23. So this is the financial year covered for the data collection for this particular reporting period. Assessment status. First assessment done serves as the baseline for future assessments also. And what is the level of assurance? Very important. Generally, the students are asking about it. GHG inventory assessment has not been externally assured. Not externally assured, as external assurance is planned to be provided in the upcoming sustainability report. So, no external assurance. Company location. This is the address of the company, coordinated by this is the strategy, growth, and ESG function of the company, and external audit conducted by. So it's not applicable because no assurance from externally or external side conducted. Okay, moving forward. Now the preface, we see some introductory side about the climate change, understanding the measuring greenhouse gases, why it is essential, and this report serves as initial assessment for GHG emissions, prepared in accordance with, this is very important, which standard we are talking about, 14064, okay, 2018 specification. So GHG protocol, corporate accounting and reporting standard, and both standard provide robust framework to measure reporting GHG emission. So this report encompasses scope 1 and scope 2 emission, while scope 3 assessments are scheduled for upcoming year. So please remember this thing. So this is covering only scope 1 and scope 2. However, Salik plans to pursue external assurance, but no external assurance for this report actually. So what is the aim of the company? To align with the UAE's national goals, which emphasize transition toward a sustainable low carbon economy, and also by setting ambitious target based on the finding of GHG assessment which was conducted, and SBTi also. So we are committing towards a net zero pathway. So that's the commitment from the organization. What is the approach include? Implementing energy conservation measures, operational processes improvement, and increasing the adoption of renewable energy sources. So through this report, what the company's intention is, they are intending to make a significant contribution for global efforts to reduce the GHG emissions. What company has done in terms of the objectives, they established a clear baseline by quantifying Salik's direct scope 1 and scope 2 emissions associated with the operational activities. Also, the objective is to provide transparent and verifiable data to track progress over the time, and also the identification of the key areas of emissions reductions, enabling Salik to formulate effective strategies, right? Along with the commitment to sustainability and UAE's climate goals actually. Also align with the international standard and best practices. So as we move forward, Salik remain dedicated to advanced sustainability initiatives. So again, contributing to the country's climate objectives. So this is introductory part. Now this is the leadership statement. Message from CEO. A strong commitment towards environmental stewardship and sustainability, and what sustainability means to the organization, right? Ongoing journey that represents significant challenges demanding unwavering dedication and innovation. Also commitment to ESG principles have been cornerstones to operations, right? So CSR, ESG, so all the aspects are covered. GHG inventory report marks a significant milestone in advancing the sustainability efforts. Also, this report highlights ongoing commitment to address, so how we address the environmental challenges and contributions. So this is covered here in the leadership statement. So again, a collective effort can forge a path of resilient and sustainable future. So it's basically the senior leadership commitment towards the net zero and GHG emission reduction program. Then in the introduction itself about this report, if you see in different paragraphs here, and I will tell you something, students and learners, about ESG and sustainability. See, this GHG inventory report is very, very useful tool for students to understand how the company is progressing towards the net zero targets and how they are reducing their GHG emissions of different scopes, either 1, 2 or 3. So coming back to the topic, as the UAE moving towards a sustainable future, the implications of climate change are becoming increasingly apparent. So what a country has done, they have set ambitious goals to combat climate change and aiming for 19% reduction by 2030 in economy-wide net GHG emissions. So again, in this context, Salik also plays a very crucial role and leading toll operating company in the UAE, recognizing transportation infrastructure significantly impacting the emissions, as we all know. So the company is uniquely positioned to contribute the UAE's sustainability goals. Again, commitment towards the sustainable practices goes beyond compliance, and this GHG inventory report developed in accordance with, as I told you, ISO 14064/2018 criteria and also GHG protocol. Very important, students. So this is the standard we are following for developing GHG inventory reports. Transparency and accountability are prioritized in this report in partnership with government authorities, businesses, and other stakeholders. Again, the company is committed to foster a culture of sustainability. A journey continues, ready to lead the charge in transforming toll operating system into environmental responsible practices. Yeah. Now, what is the intent statement? The company is committed to foster a sustainable future, also in line with the GHG emission targets. This report also serves to transparently communicate the emission data, reduction strategies, and alignment with the UAE's sustainability goals also. And also, company is aligned with the ESG strategy to reduce the carbon footprint through innovative practices, including the transition to solar power, toll gates, enhanced operational efficiencies. Also, in this report, the company outlined 2023 emission status, highlighting the initiatives and future plans also. And through this commitment, Salik seeks not only to meet regulatory requirements but also, again, as I said, delivering long-term value to the stakeholders and contributing to the sustainability goals of the UAE, the country actually. Now, coming to the chapter number 1, where we talk about the general description of the organization, goals, and inventory, and its objectives. So, what is about the report? First of all, very important. So, let's discuss about the report itself. What is covered in the report? So this report provides Scope 1 to greenhouse gas inventory for Salik. Okay, this is the company name. Scope 1 and 2 covered here. Please keep in mind. Let's do some X-ray of the report so that you can learn very easily what is according to ISO 14064 has covered. You can utilize this as a live case study, students or learners. Covering operations for the reporting period between, as I told you earlier in the beginning itself, it was clarified that January 1st to 31st December 2023, and also it is prepared in accordance with ISO 14064/2018 specification with the guidance the organization level for quantification and reporting of the greenhouse gas emissions and removals also, as well as GHG protocol. What is the purpose of the report? It's to assess, manage, disclose GHG emissions and also to identify opportunities for reduction and ensure compliance levels. The intended users of this report include regulators, investors, customers, local communities, and all other stakeholders of the Salik also. So this is very important for you to know who are the stakeholders. The report will be made available in the public domain through the company website. So anybody can go to the social media and the company website. You can download this. It encompasses Scope 1-2 emission considering the organizational operational boundaries stated in the report. So we will see that. Now, what is the company about? So it is written very clearly. It is the exclusive road toll operator in Dubai. Also, formerly part of RTA, Road and Transport Authority, became an integrated entity now and as listed in Dubai Financial Market (DFM) from 2022. So this is the company's information, company's introduction actually. Okay, so the company operates 8 toll gates and manage over 539 million journeys in 2023 itself, holding a 49-year concession of these operations. So 2 more new toll gates are expected to be added. So what is about the company? It is written very clearly here. So these are the toll gates which are at different locations. It has been highlighted here. Okay. Also, the Salik's data centers are integral to its operational framework, so supporting critical functions. So covered in this report, these centers ensure data security, reliability, and customer service operations. Yeah. Also, the Salik code tolling back office data centers infrastructure also currently hosted in TMC there, and SAB, airport tunnel, RTHQ, additionally a dedicated server room also. These all cover this infrastructure allows Salik to efficiently manage its toll collection system. So what is the sustainability at Salik or the organization? They have a clear strategy for ESG, is closely aligned with the national leadership goals. Okay, and in response to global focus, ESG, Salik is committed to reducing carbon footprint and aligned with the UAE's goals of achieving net zero emission by 2050 and also green mobility strategy by 2030 of the way. In 2018 itself, Salik launched its first solar powered toll gate at Jebel Ali and plans to transition to all the toll gates to solar energy. Okay, so this is one of the initiative example, and also enhances the quality of life in Dubai through advanced toll technology system that is reducing definitely the traffic congestions and emissions also, and company exempts toll fees for people of determination. Very interesting, you see this, and very important for us all to know that public transport, school buses and charitable organizations. Now, persons or entities responsible for the report. So this has been prepared by the ESG team at the Salik. Okay, so this is important. Who is the reporting coordinators? The overall responsibility for director strategy, growth and ESG. So also you see support and preparation of the inventory. So you see technology operations section, IT section, Salik. Okay, and also support service department, road transport authorities. Now, what is the reporting period covered? We already discussed this. Yeah. Now the verification status, as we discussed earlier, considering that scope 1 and scope 2 GHG data of Salik is relatively small in scale, but a separate external assurance for this report is not deemed necessary. Okay, so this is not done. External assurance of annual report will be conducted in upcoming year. So clear statement is available there, which will be including Salik's scope 1, 2 and GHG emission data. Now you see chapter number 2, organizational boundaries, where we are covering the definition of the scope and boundaries for quantification of GHG emissions and removals. Okay, so a comprehensive review, the sites encompassed in chapter 1 itself, title was about Salik, so it was clearly written there. GHG emissions and removal quantification process, targeting the office spaces, toll gates and data centers where both scope 1 and scope 2 analysis have been conducted. Okay, so this is very, very important. Yep. So among these assets, Salik leases its offices where the toll gates, data centers are owned by RT, and also maintains operational control over critical sites, which establish the organizational boundaries to accurate quantification. So in this strategic approach, ensuring thorough understanding of environmental impact and the company's commitment to mitigating the carbon footprint. So if you see this, the organizational boundaries, office building, toll gates and data centers. So these are the Salik's organizational boundaries. Yeah, now we see reporting boundaries, chapter number 3. Here in the report itself clearly written following categories of greenhouse gas emission, category 1 and 2. So basically scope 1 and scope 2, direct GHG emission, scope 1, indirect GHG emissions from purchased electricity, therefore scope 2. Okay, so the emission detailed in GHG report includes CO2, carbon dioxide as well as trace amounts of CH4, methane and nitrous oxide and 2. Also no biogenic emissions, important to know this, and its operations focus solely on toll management. So activity typically associated with the biogenic do not occur within the scope of the operation. So there is no biogenic emission, please keep in mind, okay, for this reporting period. In scope 1 emissions, if you see here, we are talking about the direct greenhouse gas emissions categorized as scope 1 according to GHG protocol, and in this category encompasses generated emissions from company owned vehicles, DG set, diesel generators, various operational processes. At Salik, all direct emissions are calculated based on the actual consumption of data to ensure accuracy. So if you see the description of the emission sources for scope 1 covered here very clearly, Company vehicles, centralized AC system, diesel generator, refrigerator, coffee machines, microwave ovens. So the description is also available and the notes. What is the primary source of scope 1 emission? Company vehicles and centralized AC system, where we are talking about manage effectively emissions considered negligible. Okay, notes are also there and description is also there for particular emission source. You see certain example like diesel cents. Okay, not included as it is owned and managed by the building management or building facility management. Yeah, manage effectively emissions considered negligible actually. Okay, so going forward, fire extinguishers also it's covered here. Now what is the rationale for emissions? Let us see that. Basically this report focuses on fuel consumption from company owned vehicles and which is coming under scope 1 emission. So these emissions result directly from the fuel combustions and reflect operational choices. Also the building's DG sets is not included. Please see this, not included in the report as it is owned by the building management for common areas. Then centralized air conditioning system which is undergoing stringent maintenance and management while minimizing potential refrigerant leakage. It's also scope 1 emissions for the company. Excluded from the emission calculation are small appliances like refrigerator. Okay, so please keep in mind this is very important. Excluded microwave ovens, fire extinguishers, as their energy consumption is very relatively low and does not significantly contribute to the scope 1 actually. So this is very comprehensive about the emission inventory for scope 1, accounting for all material without exclusions actually. So written here. So the examples are given: scope 1, 2, 3 emissions, direct, indirect emissions. So scopes of emission, clear definitions are there. Then we come to the scope 2 emissions covered in the report. So according to GHG protocol, as we know, scope 2 emission refer to indirect GHG emissions resulting from the consumption of purchased electricity, steam or heat. So these emissions are associated energy related emissions. Okay, operations of toll gate, facilities utilizing electrical power supply for functional purpose. In the assessment itself, no assets were identified that utilize imported cooling or compressed air for energy purpose, ensuring a focused understanding of the Salik's energy related emissions profile. So in the scope 2 emissions for company, these are calculated using location based methods. Very important, location based methods to provide a comprehensive assessment for GHG emission associated with the electricity consumption. So if you see, there were no significant sources excluded from the emission inventory, ensuring the accurate reflection also. So let us see the description of emission sources for scope 2. First is purchase electricity from DEWA and purchase steam or heating. What is the description and what is the notes? So basically the emissions from electricity consumed in operations, including the toll gate operations, office spaces and data centers. For this one, purchase steam or heating category, emission related to any purchase steam or heating. This is not applicable to Salik, emissions considered negligible actually. But for this case, primary source of scope 2 emissions. Okay. Then what is the rationale for scope 2 emissions? We see here. In the Salik's case, scope 2 emission assessment utilized location based methodology to provide a comprehensive understanding of environmental emissions. It means location based approach accounts for emissions associated with the electricity purchase across operational facilities including offices, data centers and toll gates. So location based approach. Specifically, this assessment integrates emission from electricity consumptions, office space, server rooms and other toll gates, right? 2 data centers managed over. Yeah, so this comprehensive accounting ensures significant operational emissions are captured or not, while acknowledging that other indirect emissions such as those from imported energy sources but not are included in the scope 2 emission inventory. So basically Salik does not report any market based scope 2 emissions. Please remember, market based, due to absence of specific contractual instruments such as renewable energy certificates, power purchase agreements and supplier specific emission rates. So please keep in mind, this is very important to understand the students or learners, So you see this, no market based approach. However, The companies remain committed to exploring future opportunities that may involve market-based instruments also to further enhance the sustainability initiatives and also to reduce the environmental impacts. Thank you, students. So we'll see the remaining part in the next part. Thank you.